What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prizepicks video for Tuesday, February 7th, 2023. This will be our early look into the 6-game slate that is ahead of us. We have some pretty fun games on the schedule and a possible all-time scoring record that might be broken as well. So let's take a look at the Prizepicks board and see what is available to us. We have LeBron and Trae Young down there at the bottom, but then the rest of the board is just Orlando and New York, which is our first game on the slate. Tips off at 6:10 p.m. Now, in this video, I strictly want to use it for our research and just looking into a few of these games, figuring out like where we can attack these teams and where they're weakest, and try to identify those opportunities, looking for that positive game environment so we can build some slips going into tomorrow afternoon. So with that being said, let's start with the New York Knicks and Orlando Magic. So what stood out to me when I was doing research and looking at certain stats is just how bad both of these teams are when it comes to basically like defending like the three-pointer. Orlando is pretty bad at giving up assists as well. New York, 28th in the league at giving up three-pointers and also 24th in the league in offensive rebounds allowed. Orlando's 27th versus three-pointers made, 24th in the league versus assists allowed. So both teams ranked bottom 5 in those categories. That is how we can attack them. That's where we should attack them. And when we think about assists and three-pointers made and scoring made, scoring not made, but scoring in general, think of Jalen Brunson for the New York Knicks. How can he exploit the Orlando defense? By just doing what he normally does, just playing basketball, balling out. Currently, right now, his point prop is set to 25.5, and his assist prop is set to 6.5. When you add those together, don't just add like the prop. Add what they need to clear the prop. So this is going to be 7. He needs 7 to clear it. He needs 26 to clear that. That gives you a total of 33 points and assists. When you go over to his points and assists prop together, he needs 32. So you're actually getting a 1-point discount, I guess, on the points and assist prop versus the two individual props. So that's something to remember there. Staying in New York, I do want to bring your attention to quite a streak that Julius Randle is on. He's gone 5 straight games of hitting his assist prop. He's averaging 6.6 assists in the last 5 games. His assist prop remains low. It was 4 on Sunday, and today it's at 4.5. So it's bumped up slightly, but still, in my opinion, this is too low for Julius Randle. So those are a couple guys on the New York Knicks that stand out to me. Now, looking at the other side in Orlando, I mean, Paolo Banchero and Wendell Carter Jr., I mean, they just put up massive double-doubles versus the Charlotte Hornets on Sunday. They just crushed it. I mean, they crushed it. And they both finished with 10-plus boards and 20-plus points. And their props are exactly the same as they were on Sunday. I don't believe they've moved at all. Their rebounds definitely have not been bumped up. 6.5 for Banchero, 8.5 for Wendell Carter Jr. I mean, like, these are just too low in my opinion. I don't think you have to play both of them, but just something to keep in mind that they can attack New York through these two guys. And I think, these lines are just too low. Sometimes you just have to pay attention to a prop that's just mislined and roll with it. But I just like the way this looks right now. One other stat that I wanted to bring to your attention is how Orlando just gave up so much production to LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier on Sunday. So these two dudes combined for 59 points, 11 boards, 12 assists, and went 9 for 18 from three-point range. They scored on 50% of their shots from the three-point range, from three-point line, from behind the arc. I'm saying that incorrectly, but you know what I'm trying to say. That's a ton of production. Now, Jalen Brunson doesn't have a running mate like LaMelo has Rozier and Rozier has LaMelo, but just think of that production that came from that backcourt and just kind of picture Jalen Brunson in that role and like what he could do. And that's another reason why I like Jalen Brunson's props, and I think that's how you attack this Orlando team. All right, moving on to the next game I want to talk about. Atlanta and New Orleans. Now, right now, I'll let you know that Atlanta is giving up um, a lot of rebounds per game. The 27th in the league in rebounds allowed, 24th in the league in field goals made. I like Brandon Ingram. I don't know what his prop is going to be, what his props are going to be tomorrow, but I do like Brandon Ingram in this spot. I think he's in play. Since returning from injury, he's increased his field goal percentage by an average of 2.2% over those 5 games. He's also increased his scoring by an average of 4.4 in each of those 5 games. Brandon Ingram is back. He looks like his dominant self, and they are feeding him the ball. Like, he is just so smooth and fluid. And just, yeah, man, yeah, he looks so good against the Lakers. So I really like Brandon Ingram in this spot. I like what he's been able to do, and I think he can exploit that Atlanta defense. And then I also want to look at some of the other scorers on New Orleans. So McCollum and Trey Murphy, they can light it up from anywhere on the court. And yeah, Trey Murphy's really just stepped up. They need a third option in New Orleans with Zion being out, and I think he's emerged as that third option. And he just looks good. And as he plays more games, he's going to get better and better. On the other side, nothing is really standing out on the Atlanta side, to be honest with you, in terms of like where you can attack New Orleans, because New Orleans defense is pretty stout, pretty solid across the board. So you just defer to talent. And you look at the most talented people on this team, it's Trae Young and DeJounte Murray. And Trae Young right now, his props are set to 25.5 points, 26.5 points, 9.5 assists, and his PRA is set to 39.5. I don't believe these lines have moved much since his last game, so they're pretty much where they were. And you also look at DeJounte Murray. You know, these two guys are running the show. A lot of usage is running through them. And I think if you want to attack New Orleans, you start there. You can try to attack New Orleans through your bigs. The only problem is, like, Capella is just kind of a shell of himself. He's not even getting, like, the looks he used to get. John Collins just hasn't done a whole lot this season. He's definitely not that dominant big that you can just let take over a game. So I think if you're going to attack New Orleans, it's going to be through Trae Young and DeJounte Murray. Now, moving into the final game that I want to go over, because this one should be a really, really good game. There are a lot of, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because it's LeBron James, and he's in this game, and he could possibly break the scoring title, or break the all-time scoring record. OKC travels to Los Angeles. They're currently in San Francisco right now, and they'll be on a second out of a back-to-back. So I look at how do you attack this Oklahoma City team. Again, you defer to the most talented players on your roster, and it's LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Let me just show you what OKC is giving up on the season. See all that? 30th in the league in total rebounds allowed. 30th in the league in offensive rebounds allowed. 29th in the league in defensive rebounds allowed. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Across the board. Terrible. Terrible. I think Anthony Davis can eat. I think LeBron James can eat. I mean, they're basically propping LeBron James for a triple-double tomorrow. If you look at his points right now, they're set to 32.5. They're baiting you to take the over on that. His rebounds are set to 9. He needs 10. There's your double-double. And his assist is at 8. You think if LeBron James has 30-plus points and 10-plus rebounds and only has 8 assists, you don't think he wants to get 2 more assists? I think he would. So I think they're propping it for a triple-double. And then Anthony Davis lines haven't dropped, but he is back, and he looks like his dominant self. And I think you attack OKC with those two dudes, and everybody else comes second. And when those lines drop tomorrow, we'll dig into them a little bit more and see if they match what we want, and maybe we can attack some of those props. Now, how you attack LA on the other side is through the point guard position, shooting guard position. And let me just share this cool stat with you. These are a list of names. These are a list of guards, point guard, shooting guard, who have hit 25-plus points versus Los Angeles in the month of January. All right? Malcolm Brogdon, Keldon Johnson, Norman Powell, Reggie Jackson, Anthony Simons. None of those names are striking fear into any defense, right? Now, Jalen Brunson also dropped 25. Kyrie Irving dropped 25. And Paul George dropped 25. Yeah, but those first few names, right? Not household names. You attack LA through these positions, through the backcourt, and SGA. OKC has themselves a scoring guard in SGA. So I think you start there, looking how you can exploit Los Angeles. It's hard to attack them in the front court like you used to be able to target that front court when AD was out. They were just so bad versus the center. But with AD there now, it's tough. It's going to get tougher. And you got Thomas Bryant coming off the bench, who's, pretty good. Not great. He's pretty good. So yeah, it's going to be it's going to be tougher and tougher to target LA in terms of like attacking their front court. I think you look to the backcourt and attack them there. So those are the 3 games that stand out to me. Those are some areas where we can go in terms of props. And like I said, once these lines drop tomorrow, we'll have a better idea of where we can go and how we construct our slips. But yeah, all these games offer positive game environment. They also offer multiple options you can attack on both sides of this game. And I think this is a great place to start. It's a great starting point for our research going into tomorrow. And I think these 3 games offer a ton of upside in terms of fantasy production. So that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel, checking this video out. Drop me a comment below letting me know who your favorite player prop on the board is, if there is one. Also, let me know who you're looking to attack once these lines are dropped. Also, let me know what you think about these early looks into tomorrow's slate, these observations that I've made, the positive game environments that we've gone over. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you love them? Do you want to leave them? You know how it goes. Let me know in the comments below what stands out to you. And until tomorrow's video, my next video, the final look video, Chavez is out.